I just have to switch over to my other player character. As soon as this decides to load. Maybe. Is that where I go? No. How about there? Switch character. Uh-oh. Alright, so this is the importance of making sure you, you know, we're just gonna pray for the best with that one. I'm not gonna lie. This, folks, is the importance of if you're gonna bounce between two different players, to, be a little more creative with the names instead of using the defaults. Anyway, I am Queen of Hell, and you're watching Dragon Age Inquisition. You basically get to watch me die. Again. Maybe. Because I don't know if this is the correct account or not. I think it is. Hope it is. Maybe it is. I don't know. To be honest, I honestly can't remember. I'm either gonna die really easily, or I might survive. Maybe. I know between the two of them, I wasn't that far off for gameplay on either of them. So I at least got that going for me. So, anyway, I hope everybody else is having a fantastic Thursday afternoon. Evening. It's evening. It's after 7. It's evening. I haven't been on for a while. I'm sorry. Life happens, as I'm sure everybody knows. So, I do enjoy seeing you guys when I do get company. Yeah, considering I'm almost out of health, and I just died. I'm pretty sure I'm on the right account. Because I normally don't die that easy. I'm the glutton for punishment that decided, hey, let's go for a meat grinder. Meat grinders are fun, right? No, for the record, they're not. This is how I always die. I'm honestly, I'm sorry, I've gone for a while. I'm not going to have a really long stream tonight. I know I promised before that I'd make it up to you, but I will doubly do that of making it up to you guys. I have homework due tonight that I've got to get done because I'd really rather not fail class, but I wanted to knock this out. We will just have to see how far I make it through Crestwood and go from there. If I die too many times, I'm just gonna go back to Skyhold to be honest, maybe interact with some of the NPCs a little bit, and then use your words. The War Table quest. There we go. So yeah, and so last time I just got into Skyhold. So if there's a romance you want to see my human mage do, make sure to comment before, let's say, Sunday. And I'll initiate that one unless someone pops in and backtracks. I don't know if you can do that on Twitch. I'm really bad with technology. I'm sorry. I'm technology illiterate and I'm kind of learning on the fly. I like playing video games. I'm not good at playing video games, which is why I'm trying to figure out why I have a freaking meat grinder setting for this character, because I'm gonna die. Like, it's gonna happen. I'm gonna die a lot. But yeah, so comment or whatever what romance you want, because if I don't have anything by Sunday, I'll roll a dice. I have lots of dice. I play Dungeons and Dragons on occasion. Not nearly as often as I'd like, but I play. And I will just roll a dice and go for it.
Inquisition.
Come on.
Nothing to report.
No, I don't want to attack you. I want to jump over the fence.
Inquisitor.
Why aren't you letting me? There we go. Technology doesn't like me. So, I really don't know what to say. I really don't. Nobody ever talks to me. I don't even know if anybody's... Maybe I'll take the time to open that up so I can actually see if anybody decides they want to talk to me. Never happens, but hey. Anything. Anything is possible. Am I on my own? I'm sure I'm on my own. Oh, hey! Welcome, person who is in here. I'm not talking to myself for once. I'm talking to somebody else. That's awesome. Welcome. You get to watch me die in a video game repeatedly.
I just got here myself. My contact with the warden should be at the back of the cave.
A group of wardens were protecting a villager from corpses out near Crestwood.
They were likely hunting my friend. I'm glad they didn't come looking for people to help in here. They might well be good men. They've been given bad orders.
Why are we being silly?
Let's go.
Alright. I'm having issues. I will admit I'm having issues. My whole life is an issue. Sorry.
It's just us. I brought the Inquisitor.
My name is Todd, and I'm at your service, Inquisitor.
I'll take all the help I can get. I know the wardens have troubles of their own. I wonder, though, Might those troubles have anything to do with Corypheus?
I fear it is so. When my friend Hawk slew Corypheus, Weishaupt was happy to put the matter to rest. But an archdemon can survive wounds that seem fatal.
Ooh, that was a
and
sour
I
face.
feared Corypheus might possess the same power. My investigation uncovered clues, but no proof. Then, not long after, every warden in Orlais began to hear the calling.
I recall that being a bad thing. But I don't recall you telling me about all this.
It was a Grey Warden matter.
I
was
might have
bound
just
by an oath
realized
of
that
secrecy.
the champion of Kirkwall and my Inquisitor look really similar. Apparently I've got a type.
Is the calling some sort of Grey Warden ritual?
The calling tells a warden that the Blight will soon
Like,
claim him.
they could be sisters. Apparently
Starts
I have a
with
type.
dreams. Then come whispers in his head. The warden says his farewells and goes
Yep,
to the
another
deep
sour
roads
face.
to meet his death in combat.
And every Grey Warden in Orlais is hearing that right now. They think they're dying.
Yes. Likely because of Corypheus. If the wardens fall, who will stand against the next Blight? It is our greatest fear.
And then they do something desperate. Which is, of course, what Corypheus wants.
Now the Wardens think they're dying and have stopped thinking clearly. That won't go well.
We are the only ones who can slay archdemons. Without us, the next Blight will consume the world. Warden Commander Clarel spoke of a blood magic ritual to prevent future Blights before we all perished. When I protested the plan as madness, my own comrades turned on me. Grey Wardens are gathering here, in the western approach. It is an ancient Tevinter ritual tower. Meet me there, and we will find answers.
Let's go.
Alrighty. To Skyhold we go. Good enough. Loading, loading, loading. So, I think I'm gonna go judge this prisoner. And then I'm thinking war table, and then I'm gonna go see how many character quests I can unlock.
Impressive, is it not? Fit for a leader, meant to show influence and the burden of it. It is where the Inquisition will sit in judgment. Where you will sit in judgment.
Who will I be judging exactly?
Those who have done wrong. You will know of them, at the very least. All this presumes they have survived their initial encounter with you, of course.
Do I really need to oversee even more death? I'm nearly at capacity.
I share your distaste for more bloodshed, but it needn't come to that. The Inquisition's sovereignty is derived from the allies who validate it. You are both empowered and bound. Justice has many tools. If their application is clever, execution may even seem merciful by comparison.
Is there anyone I should judge?
Take the throne when you're ready. We will bring him before you.
Knight Captain Denham, Inquisitor. He awaits judgment for serving the Lord's Seeker at Therenfall Redoubt. I knew some of the knights who died there. I asked to oversee his sentencing. The Envy Demon perhaps fooled the Knight Captain, but following his superior's orders nearly destroyed the Templars.
I hope the Knight Captain is lucid enough to understand what he's done.
I only did as I was told.
Knowingly or not, you condemned your brothers and sisters to death.
You would have done the same if you hadn't abandoned the Order. I served faithfully. It went red after what the Lord Seeker told me to do.
I didn't suffer at your hands. That was your knights in the Templar Order. Let the remaining Templars judge the man who failed them.
The penalty will be death. They can't. Not after what I've seen.
Alright. That was not what I expected. I can honestly say death was not what I saw coming for that dude. And yes, it is impossible for me to run upstairs like a normal person, even in video games.
Are you all right, Leliana? Are you? I suppose not. Haven was trying. Let's see what we have.
Inquisitor.
Inquisitor? At your service.
If I haven't mentioned it before, and I honestly can't remember if I haven't, please come find me on Discord. Chaos server. It's fun. The link's in the description.
What a fascinating life you lead, my dear. First you fall out of the Fade, then you're attacked by an archdemon. If you wanted more public attention, you could have just held a ball.
I didn't do anything. Corypheus is the one who attacked us.
Doing nothing is exactly your mistake, my dear. You left yourself vulnerable to attack. It was a miscalculation, one that I'm sure you won't repeat. But the enemy struck a serious blow against you and the Inquisition. We must recognize that. You must.
You're wrong. We now have a better location, and far more people at our disposal. This couldn't have worked out better if I'd planned it.
Yet we can hardly rely upon the whims of Providence to give us all our victories. This defeat may have turned to our advantage, but it will not last long. Our enemy advances, Inquisitor. We must not sit idly by. Act first and teach them to fear us. You can become the leader the faithful require, but you must do it soon.
That got a little heated. You all right?
Well, that depends. How angry is Cassandra? I wasn't trying to keep secrets. I told the Inquisition everything that seemed important at the time.
I bet Cassandra regrets how things went back there. You should talk to her.
I appreciate that you're trying to keep the peace, but things between me and the Seeker are as good as they'll get. I keep hoping none of this is real. Maybe it's all some bullshit from the Fade and it'll just disappear. I know I need to do better. I'm sorry. Corypheus is back. Oh, shit.
You said he was a Darkspawn or a Magister. What is he really?
I'm not sure. I don't think Corypheus really knows either. He's definitely a Darkspawn, but when we found him, it was pretty obvious he hadn't heard that. He thinks he's a Magister, a priest of Dumat, in fact. He says he broke into the Golden City, like in the Chantry Tale.
If you and Hawk defeated him once, we can do it again.
We didn't just think Corypheus was dead. He was dead. No pulse, no breath, full of stab wounds. There wasn't a lot of room for doubt. It makes me wonder. I thought the Wardens imprisoned Corypheus to use him. Maybe they did it because he can't be killed.
How did you and Hawk even wind up in a Grey Warden prison for ancient Darkspawn?
Corypheus sent people after Hawk. He actually got control of an entire Carta clan. Made them drink Darkspawn blood. Weird shit. We tracked the Carta to an old dwarven fort or something in the mountains. Of course, it turned out to be a trap. They needed Hawk's blood to open the locks holding Corypheus, and they drew us into the prison to get it.
There has to be a way to defeat Corypheus. We'll find it, don't worry.
I hope you're right. Maker's breath, what have I let loose?
You had nothing to do with this, Varric.
I was the one who led Hawk to Corypheus. If I hadn't tracked the Carta to that ruin. But you've got more important things to do than listen to me worry. Just let me know when you want something shot. Need something?
The red lyrium we found at the temple seemed to upset you.
My brother Bartrand and I sort of discovered red lyrium during an expedition in the Deep Roads. We located an ancient thaig, so old it barely looked dwarven. There was this idol there made of it. Bartrand brought it back to the surface, and, well, everything's gone downhill from there.
So what is it? Just another kind of lyrium?
The red stuff is lyrium like a dragon is a lizard. It's not just a different color. It has a whole host of weirdness all its own. I've written to every mining cast house in Orzammar. No one's seen this stuff before or knows where it came from.
What makes it special?
Regular lyrium can mess you up pretty badly, but you have to ingest it for that to happen. Red lyrium messes with your mind when you're just near the stuff. You hear singing, get violent, paranoid, and then it does creepy shit. Makes things float, brings statues to life. It also turned Kirkwall's Knight Commander to lyrium. Everyone's been kept at least 100 paces from it since.
How did the Red Lyrium get in the Temple of Sacred Ashes?
I don't know. So as far as I knew, the only piece to make it to the surface was destroyed. And the location of the tide it came from is a secret. Did someone find more of it in the deep roads? That's not a cheery thought.
What could the Templars want with it?
In Kirkwall, just having the lyrium idol made Knight Commander Meredith impossibly strong. Before it turned her into a lyrium statue, anyway. Maybe they thought the power was worth it, or maybe they didn't know the consequences.
I think that's enough on Red Lyrium.
Yeah, not really my favorite subject. Need something?
Inquisitor, I was just inspecting our new headquarters. Foundation cracks, nesting animals, and miles from any centers of civilization. The staff must make it presentable if we're to receive any visitors of distinction.
The people coming know we just survived Corypheus and a dragon.
And they must be confident we are able to do so again. The Templars came far to fight with us. They need to feel secure here.
Do you not feel safe here?
I've had difficulty forgetting Corypheus' attack on Haven. Do you know who first leapt to arms? Our workers. They were so proud of our cause. Corypheus simply cut them down. So much screaming after that first blast of fire. So many people turned to ash.
We lost far too many good people to that monster.
I'm sure we'll find rest with the Maker. Well, before I return to my duties, allow me to congratulate you on your appointment as Inquisitor, my lady. I will now bring diplomatic issues to your attention, and I'm more than happy to help with any situations that arise.
I'd be delighted if you could conjure up a marble bath within the next hour.
I'll attempt to add that to the list. Inquisitor, is it true? Is the mark on your hand magic cast by Corypheus?
Corypheus claimed it's a spell gone wrong.
I wanted to think it was a blessing. A sign the Maker was returning to his creation. How credulous of me.
Perhaps the Maker set these events in motion so long ago, we can no longer see his hand in them.
It would be fitting if that were true. Does it hurt? The anchor, that is.
It looks strange, but it hasn't done me harm.
If it did come from Corypheus, that's a small mercy.
Well, fine, I didn't want to talk to you anyway. Yep, almost missed my turn. Almost missed my turn. wanna go this way. I'm so lost.
What do you need?
Tell me something. Do you care about anything in the world beyond the Fade? Ah?
The Inquisitor turns a hawk-like gaze to me, penetrating deep into my most secret desires. Only not. I care deeply for many things beyond the Fade, just not you.
If the Inquisition is going to succeed, I need everyone's support.
No. You need everyone's obedience.
I disagree. I'd like us to reach a better place.
Then do something worth respecting, Inquisitor. What do you need?
Are you ever concerned that you've turned your back on your people?
I have done no such thing. I simply see no way to help the elves, oppressed as they are now.
The man who has lived half his life in the Fade has no ideas?
Not unless we collapse the Veil and bring the Fade here so I can casually reshape reality, no.
You're a mage!
As are you. What's more, you are the Inquisitor. You could order Halimshire return to the Dalish if you wished. But ultimately you know that would fail. That even you cannot solve this. Why attack me for knowing that as well?
I know. You're right. But I wish you weren't.
If it helps, so do I. Inquisitor?
What do you know about the Fade?
A great deal, from my wandering. There are few hard facts, but I can share what I have learned.
I'd like to know more about the breach.
Simply put, it is a tear in the veil between this world and the Fade, allowing spirits to enter the world physically. Small tears occur naturally when magic weakens the veil, or when spirits cluster at an area that has seen many deaths. But your anchor, as Corypheus calls it, allows you some control over the breach. That suggests it was deliberate.
I'd like to know more about the Veil.
Circle mages call it a barrier between this world and the Fade. But according to my studies in ancient elven lore, that is a vast oversimplification. Without it, imagine if spirits entered freely. The Fade was not a place one went, but a state of nature like the wind.
It sounds like it would be wonderful.
And dangerous. But yes, a world where imagination defines reality. Where spirits are as common as trees or grass. Instead, spirits are strange and fearful. And the Fade is a terrifying world touched only by mages and dreamers. I am glad that I'm not alone in seeing the beauty of such a world, along with the obvious peril.
I'd like to know more about demons.
Your circle says the demons hate the natural world and seek to bring their chaos and destruction to the living. But such simplistic labels misconstrue their motivations, and in so doing, do all a great disservice. Spirits wish to join the living. And a demon is that wish gone wrong.
Is there a way to coexist? To live with them, if not in peace, at least without such active confrontation?
Not in the world we know today. The Veil creates a barrier that makes true understanding most unlikely. But the question is a good one, and it matters that you thought to ask.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
Pretty sure I'm gonna go this way. Yep. Well, I'm not getting lost for once. Knock on wood. Not gonna lie, I'm gonna cry a little bit if I just jinx myself.
Brilliant, isn't it? One moment you're trying to restore order in a world gone mad. That should be enough for anyone to handle, yes? Then, out of nowhere, an archdemon appears and kicks you in the head. What? You thought this would be easy? No, I was just hoping you wouldn't crush our village like an anthill. Sorry about that. Archdemons like to crush, you know. Can't be helped. Am I speaking too quickly for you?
I was Distracted. That's all.
Distracted? By my wit and charm? I have plenty of both.
How interesting to find someone so aware of his strengths.
I'm a man of many talents. What can I say? I always assumed the Elder One behind the Venatori was a Magister. But this is something else completely. In Tevinter, they say the Chantry's tales of Magisters starting the Blight are just that. Tales. But here we are. One of those very Magisters. A dark spawn.
Who does the Imperium say started the Blight?
You know how it is. Not us. They say Darkspawn were always there. Magisters and the Blight aren't even related. Is that a surprise? No one wants to admit they shit the bed. But if Corypheus is one of the Magisters who entered the Black City and he's Darkspawn, what other explanation is there?
Why does that make you angry?
Because the Imperium is my home. I knew what I was taught couldn't be the whole truth, but I assumed there had to be a kernel of it, somewhere. But no. It was us all along. We destroyed the world.
You didn't do anything. Those men did. 1,000 years ago.
True. Except that one of them is up and walking around right now. Not to mention I have idiot countrymen who would happily follow him down that path again. I have no intention of letting Corypheus win. Not without someone from Tevinter standing against him. It would have been nice if you'd helped stop Alexius. But that's not how things went. So be it. If it's all the same to you, I'd like to stay and help the Inquisition.
You'd really fight your own countrymen.
Southerners like to think of the Imperium as nothing but slavers and cultists. Why not? That's all you see. But it's not true. Some Tevinters are not only handsome and well-dressed, but rather put off by all that rot. So, I'll happily kill cultists or anyone who thinks a Darkspawn god is the way of the future.
We can use all the help we can get.
No one will thank me, whatever happens. No one will thank you, either. You know that, yes?
We don't know what will happen. Nobody does.
An optimist! Such a rare breed. I've stumbled upon a unicorn. All I know is this. Corypheus needs to be stopped. Men like him ruined my homeland. I won't stand by and let him ruin the world. Oh, and congratulations on that whole leading the Inquisition thing, by the way. Roderick, that Chantry fellow who led us through the mountain from Haven. You know he died, I assume. Got us as far as the camp, and then that was it.
Oh. That's too bad.
I helped him walk. He talked about you quite a bit. He just needed to be sure you were Andraste's chosen. He was terrified of what it meant, if it were true. But in the end, he believed. He asked me to tell you he was sorry.
It seems he was a good man after all.
Sometimes you discover things where you least expect. Anyway, we can talk about something else if you'd rather.
There must be some reason you haven't left. You can't want to stay.
Why? I have to be fond of you to agree with what you're doing. I do think you blunder about, Inquisitor, thrashing like a caged dragon at everything that displeases you. I still believe Corypheus needs to be stopped, and that I need to be here to help stop him.
Why is that so vital to you? There must be a reason.
I'm just whimsical that way. Of course there's a reason. Corypheus was a Magister. He represents everything dark and terrible in my country. I have to help. Even if it means I stand on the sidelines watching, I'll do it. I need to know he's defeated. If that's meaningless to you, then tell me to go and I will.
No, I'm not asking you to leave.
Excellent. Then let's not belabor it further.
Alrighty.
It occurs to me that you're a mage.
Alright, go check out and see if anything. I wasn't paying attention if anything pops up. So let's go see if anything's finished at the war table, shall we? I have officially forgotten how long it takes talking to all the NPCs. So let's see, we talked to Josephine. Probably gotta double back and talk to Vivian some more. Talk to Solus. How much longer do you got? An hour? No. Half hour.
My scouts report no signs of danger in the pass nearby.
I will arrange patrols to ensure it stays that way.
Dorian and Varric. I'm actually gonna call it quits for the night. It's like 8:15, and I have to be to work at 5 o'clock in the morning, which means I gotta be up at like 3 a.m. So I'm actually gonna call it quits for the night, and I will hopefully see you next time. Bye. Maybe. If I can get technology to behave.